You're telling me I can tune this bow without a press? No way. What's up, guys? GK here with Corbin's Archery, and I have the new Mathews Lift X, which is their new bow for 2025. Excited to break down the key features of this bow. The one I have right here is going to be the Lift X 29.5. Now, a lot of people are already going to be telling you they didn't change anything with this bow. That's where you're wrong. They have added a new tuning system called the limb shift technology. We're going to break that down. I'll explain how that works. Also going to link down below how to tune your bow with the limb shift technology. So stay tuned for that video. But let's dive into the specs of the Lift X 29.5. So right out of the gate, we can see here we got a new color. It is called Shale. Similar to their previous gray, they used to carry the stone, a little bit darker. The finish on these bows tend to be a little, I don't know if glossier is the right word, but I don't know, kind of shinier in a way. But a very nice dark kind of charcoal gray color they're going to be calling Shale this year. Very excited. I love that stone color they previously had, so I'm glad they brought something similar of that back. But the Lift X 29.5, a few key new features. We've already talked about the limb shift technology, which we'll break down in depth later. We also have a new grip. Thank you, Mathews, for finally putting a new grip on the bow. I was not a fan of the Engage grip, but now they have a different grip. There are also two, this is the third, but there are two other grips available that you can change out. There's going to be a tapered and a contoured. This is still going to be their Engage version. The tapered and the contoured are going to be different degree offsets. One's a 14 degree, one's a 17 degree. We'll show that all later as well. But let's dive into the specs of the Lift X 29.5. So 29.5 inch axle to axle, still a 6-inch brace height, same exact draw length specs as the Lift 29.5. So this 29.5 Lift X will range from 24.5 inch draw length all the way up to 30 inch draw length. Available in 80 and 85% let off, still using the same switch weight X mods. Poundage varying from 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80 pound mods. So the mods used on the Lift will obviously work on the new Lift X. So as far as specs, cams, all that stuff, nothing's changed. This is still the Lift platform of a bow, but they've added a tuning technology, they've added a new grip, and some awesome colors to the bow lineup this year, as well as pairing it with their new Mathews NUV sight. So we're going to give you a full breakdown of this bow here. We're going to measure the specs, get you a speed on it, talk about the bow. I'm assuming it's going to shoot the exact same as the Lift. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be dead. Pretty much the same draw cycle. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit when we go back there and shoot it. But let's get some measurements. Let's talk about the bow specs, make sure we're all good there. I do want to mention that the price of the Lift X is now $13.59 MSRP. So they went up 20 or 30 bucks from the Lift, but now you're getting a tuning technology that allows you to fully tune your bow without a bow press. That's pretty awesome. No more top hats, no more trying to find the right size, because the Lift limbs were very touchy. You had to really have the right combo of top hats there, as well as a good rest and everything else. But with this new limb shift, you're going to be able to shift your cam on its axle to get it tuned up, which is really, really exciting. I love that feature. You know, for me personally, I have a bow press. It's not hard for me to switch top hats for the consumer. For you guys that like to work on your own bows, this technology is going to be awesome. You're going to be able to tune your bow without a press, which is really, really cool. So let's measure the specs on this bow and dive into it a little bit and go shoot it. So let's go. All right, so with the Lift X 29.5, we're looking for 29.5 inch axle to axle. Let's check that. Back of the axle here to the front. I'm spot on 29.5. Looking for a 6-inch brace height. Middle of the string to the most inner part of the grip. That's spot on 6, so can't beat that. The physical weight of the bow is still going to be right at 3.99 pounds. We're going to check that. This preview pack bow does have the SCS on the bows. They do not come with it, but they're still going to have the SCS compatible. So we're going to have to subtract a little bit of weight from that. 0.2 or 0.3 for the rest. The screw probably weighs a little bit as well. Let's just see what we're reading. I'm at 4.3 to 4.4 pounds. So we'll subtract 0.2 for the rest, and I'm guaranteed the SES weigh another 0.2 or 0.3. So it's going to hit spec at 3.9 to 4 pounds even. Again, you're going to hear this a lot, for various reviews. This is the Lift platform still, but with some new tuning technology. I don't know if they reinforced the limbs. They look different. I don't know if it's just the glossy finish. They added this, it's called Arc 7 limb technology. So I'm sure they reinforced the limbs somehow. You're not going to have any of those issues. I know they fixed the previous limb issues with the lifts. Ever since they addressed that, we never got another issue again. So I'm sure it's fixed, ready to rock and roll with this new Arc 7 technology. But still a clean looking bow. They changed a few things on the visual aspect. So normally we have, if I can get that, normally we have your axle measurement here. They put the X, but down below your string stock, you now have or above your string stock, excuse me, you now have your spec, your axle to axle. So really clean, really cool. Of course, the new grip that I can remove and slide back on there without an adhesive. So pretty awesome. We measured out in spec. We're good on the weight. Let's go back in the range, draw it back. We're going to be making sure we're at 70 pounds, 29-inch draw. We'll shoot it with our 450 grain arrow and see what we got. So let's jump back to the range and shoot the Lift X and go from there. Let's go. All right, I got the Lift X 29.5 at 29 inches. Let me make sure we're at 70 pounds. 29-inch draw, 450 grain arrow. .1, super close there. So let's shoot a few arrows and get a consistent speed and see. All right, I have the Lift X 29.5. We're gonna shoot a few arrows, try to get a consistent speed for you guys. Running it at 29-inch draw, 70 pounds, 450 grain arrow, 85% let off. Let's shoot a few, try to get a consistent speed. .292.4. .291.6. Shot 3. .292.8. I'm gonna call it 292 average. That's about right. Not a whole lot of difference here between the Lift X and the regular Lift. Shot feels pretty much the same. The back wall feels a little bit more solid. Maybe it's just shot a lot of bows here lately, so maybe it's just kind of all running together and just the similar differences. Might be feeling a little bit firmer back wall on this bow, but could be slightly firmer. If so, hey, that's great. But I love this shale color they got. That gray, man, that's clean. Solid bow, similar draw cycle, still very lightweight. I do like that engaged bond grip a little bit better than obviously their older one. But I can't really tell a difference as far as speed, feel, draw cycle. Still super quiet, super dead. I mean, it's ideally the same bow, but with some really awesome tuning technology. So 292 average, pretty respectable speed. Let's go in there, get a summary on this thing and wrap it up. But the Lift X 29.5, just as impressive and as fast as the Lift, but now I can tune this without a press. So let's go wrap that off. Pretty respectable speed, one I kind of imagine we'd get out of that bow there. But the bow feels very similar to last year's model. For me, the back wall feels firmer. I don't know why, but it just feels a little bit more solid. I don't know. Need to shoot it a few more just to make sure that I'm not just kind of feeling something different. But firmer back wall, and I mean, it's really, really quiet, dead, super lightweight bow. I mean, if you guys shot the Lift, then you're not really going to feel or see much of a difference as far as shot with the Lift X. Now, let's jump into a little bit of detail here on the limb shift technology, because that's the biggest new thing that they dropped with the bow. So diving in here, on both top and bottom limb axle brackets up here, kind of where that axle runs, you're going to have the limb shift technology. And I'll link below. I'll actually show y'all how to tune a bow with this, but all you're really going to do is remove your axle screw. There's another Allen wrench that you'll have to change sizes for, and then I can turn either direction. It's clearly marked up here. I can turn deciding where that cam needs to go in order to tune my bow. So for example, if I have a knock right, I'm going to twist this towards me to shift that cam to the right. Now if it's a marginal tear, we'll maybe just touch the top one. If it's a big tear, you want to move the top and bottom cams equally to make sure that you're tuning it up there. But a really cool technology. I'm going to physically show y'all how to tune the bow with that technology. I'll drop the link in this video description below. But this is going to be the Lift X 29.5 from Mathews this year. Some cool new features, but still on a really solid, hot selling platform that the Lift was. The Lift X is going to be no different. Now you can tune your bow without a press, so it's more user friendly. Curious about the grip. I'm wondering what people think about it. There's also going to be 2 different other styles and textures that you'll see on our other videos, but I don't know. It's going to be something to get used to. I'm used to the B-Row grip. I like a little wider, flatter grip. So I'm going to have to play with the new ones and see which one I like that fits my hand. But again, we can run through the specs of the Lift X 29.5. You're looking at 29.5 inch axle to axle, 6 inch brace height, 348 feet a second IBO, similar to the Lift 29. Looking at 24.5 to 30 inch draw length, 55 to 80 pound on the draw weight range. And the price is going to be $13.59 MSRP. So fully aluminum bow, still coming in under 4 pounds, right at 4 pounds. So super lightweight aluminum. So you guys need to get out, shoot this one, especially if you like to work on your own stuff. This one's going to be a lot more user friendly, and I'm all for that. More time shooting and having fun than scratching your head trying to tune the bows, running back and forth to your bow shop to use their press. Now you don't have to worry about it. You can tune it on your own. Stay tuned. Check out our other videos. I'm going to drop the limb shift technology tuning video in the description below. And make sure you check that out so you can see exactly how the limb shift technology works. But we appreciate you guys' support. Thank you guys for watching. If y'all have any questions or concerns, call the shop. I'm happy to help you. Come by. Come shoot all the bows, guys. Shoot every bow, every different model to make your decisions for this year. It's all about what you guys prefer. We're always going to push you to shoot the bow that you like. Go from there and shoot them all before you make your decision. That's what I highly recommend. But another solid turnout bow from Mathews with a cool tuning technology and some cool new features and accessories. So thank you guys. Stay tuned for more, and we appreciate y'all. Have a good day.